Good morning, students. Today we are going to take a comprehensive walkthrough of previous year questions in MMPC 003 Business Environment. And more importantly, I will guide you on how to write high scoring answers in your MBA exams. Let us begin with the concept of business environment, which is one of the most frequently asked topics. When you attempt such a question, always start with a clear and precise definition, stating that business environment includes all internal and external factors affecting business operations. Then systematically divide your answer into internal, micro, and macro environment and explain each with examples. Remember, examples like geo disrupting telecom or post COVID digital growth add practical relevance and fetch extra marks. After explaining components, always include a short section on impact and conclude with tools like SWOT or PEST analysis to demonstrate analytical depth. This structured approach immediately differentiates your answer from an average one. Moving to the politico legal environment, students often make the mistake of writing only theory. Instead, you should combine definition, elements, and current developments. Mention key laws like Companies Act, Competition Act, and Consumer Protection, and then link them with real policy changes such as GST, demonetization, or Make in India. Examiners appreciate answers that reflect awareness of the current business scenario. So always add 2, 3 recent examples and briefly mention regulatory bodies like RBI or SEBI to enrich your content. When writing answers on macroeconomics, your focus should be on managerial relevance. Do not just define GDP, inflation, or monetary policy. Explain how managers use these concepts in decision making. For example, link GDP with demand forecasting, inflation with pricing decisions, and interest rates with investment planning. This application oriented writing is critical in MBA exams because it shows you understand not just theory but its business implications. In questions on inflation, always follow a logical flow, definition, types, effects, and policy measures. Use simple classifications like demand pull and cost push, and then explain impact on consumers, businesses, and the economy. A strong answer will include both RBI's monetary tools and government fiscal measures. Also, try to include one real life example, such as rising raw material costs affecting companies, to make your answer more impactful. For money market and financial sector topics, presentation becomes very important. Instead of writing long paragraphs, list instruments like treasury bills, commercial papers, certificates of deposit, and repo in a structured format with 1, 2 lines explanation each. This improves readability and helps you score better. Similarly, in financial sector reforms, always divide your answer into PRE 1991 situation, Narsimham Committee recommendations, and post reform developments. This chronological approach gives clarity and depth. 5. Now, industrial policy 1991 is another high weight topic. Here, always begin with the crisis background, then explain LPG reforms, liberalization, privatization, and globalization through key features like delicensing, FDI liberalization, and MRTP changes. Finally, do not forget to add a critical analysis with both positives and negatives. Balanced answers always score higher than one sided explanations. In government policies, especially recent ones, your answer should reflect awareness of schemes like GST, PLI, Atmanirbhar Bharat, and Digital India. Focus on objectives, key features, and outcomes. Even if you don't remember exact data, mentioning approximate impact and purpose is sufficient. When writing about agricultural policies, follow a phase wise evolution, post independence, green revolution, diversification, and recent reforms. This storytelling format makes your answer more engaging and easy to evaluate. Similarly, in agricultural marketing, clearly identify stakeholders and explain their roles, then link with reforms like ENAM or FPOS. For international institutions like IMF and World Bank, always structure your answer into background, functions, and critical evaluation. Use keywords like surveillance, lending, and conditionality for IMF, and clearly list the different arms of the World Bank. Structured answers here are crucial. Balance of payments is one of the most repeated topics, so your answer must be perfect. Define BOP, explain its components, current, capital, and financial accounts, and then clearly state the condition for equilibrium. Adding factors affecting BOP like exchange rate or oil prices will make your answer comprehensive. In foreign trade and FDI by FPI questions, focus on definitions, differences, and examples. Always highlight the distinction between long-term stable FDI and short-term volatile FPI, as this is a common scoring point. For technology and social environment, the key is to link theory with trends. Mention digital transformation, AI, fintech, and their impact on global business. In social environment, focus on demographics, values, and business society relationship, and include concepts like triple bottom line. Finally, in CSR questions, always mention the Companies Act 2013 provision of 2% spending. Then discuss motivations like legal compliance, reputation, and stakeholder pressure. Add examples of Indian companies to strengthen your answer. Now, let me give you some very important exam writing tips. Always start with a definition, follow a structured format with headings or logical flow, include real world examples, and end with a brief conclusion. Try to underline keywords if possible, maintain clarity, and avoid writing irrelevant content. Focus on quality rather than quantity, and ensure your answers are analytical, not just descriptive. If you follow this approach consistently, you will not only complete your paper effectively, but also significantly improve your scores. So remember, structure, relevance, examples, and clarity are the four pillars of a high scoring MBA answer. Keep practicing previous year questions, and you will see a remarkable improvement in your performance.